Preliminary Trainer, Units 1 and 2, page 263, Exercise 5. 1. Which is the girl's room?
What's your favourite room?
Well, I love my bedroom, of course. It's a quiet room and it's got a big window. There's a big desk with my school book on it. There isn't a computer in my room because I use my laptop to do my homework and look at social media.
Cool.
There are some science kits on my desk too. I love chemistry. There are also some posters of my favourite rock bands on the walls.
2. Which girl is Sam's girlfriend?
Is this a photo of your new girlfriend on your phone? You know, the tall girl with the short hair.
Let me see. No, that's Joanna. She's my girlfriend's sister. Mo, that's my girlfriend, is tall, but she doesn't have short hair. She has gorgeous dark hair.
So is this Mo then?
No, I don't know who that is. Mo's hair is curly.
3. What time do the friends usually meet on Saturdays?
What time does the film club start on Saturday?
It always starts at 9:30. We usually meet at about 8:30. If people are early, we sometimes go for a coffee before the film.
Don't forget that it's Tara's birthday on Saturday. Let's make it 8:15. Then we can go for a coffee and some cake before we all go in.
That sounds good.
4. Where is the boy's phone?
Dad, where's my phone?
I don't know. You never know where it is. You sometimes leave it on the table. No, it isn't there. Look in your backpack.
No. Here's my bus pass, but my phone isn't in my bag. Where's my jacket? Oh, it's behind the door. No, my phone isn't here. Just a minute. Yes, here it is, in the pocket. Thanks, Dad. Bye.
Bye, John.
5. Where is the woman's pen?
Have you got my pen, Jennifer?
No, this is mine.
I always put mine on the little table next to the notebook near the phone. But it isn't there.
Is that your pen? Behind the book on the kitchen table?
No, that's not mine. That's your dad's pen. Where can it be? Oh, dear. Here it is on the floor, under the little table.
6. Who is the boy's English teacher?
Is that your new English teacher, Mr. Lynch? I know he's tall. Talia says he's really good.
Mr. Lynch isn't very tall. He's medium height.
That tall man's new too.
The man in the jeans? Yes, he teaches physics, I think. He doesn't teach our class. No, Mr. Lynch is the man in the black jacket over there. He's not very young. I think he's about 60. He's really interesting.
7. What time is the girl's bus?
What time does your bus leave in the morning?
Well, I get to the bus stop at about 8:20.
Wow, that's early.
There's only one bus an hour at 5:25, so it's important to be a few minutes early. The timetable says 8:25, but the bus sometimes arrives at 8:30 or even 9:25. It depends on the traffic.
I'm lucky. I walk to school.
Preliminary Trainer, Units 3 and 4, page 265. Exercise 4. You will hear part of a radio programme about London Fashion Week.
And welcome back to Radio Highgate. Now, do you enjoy wearing fashionable clothes, or do you like looking at the latest trends in fashion? OK, let's talk about an important week for listeners who are interested in clothes and accessories. Yes, London Fashion Week is back again. All the beautiful people are here in the capital, and it starts today. That's the 18th of September and finishes on Tuesday, the 22nd of September. London Fashion Week is an important event, as you know. Milan, New York, Paris and London are called the Big Four Fashion Weeks. There are 2 every year in London, one in February and the other in September. As usual, this week there are shows by great British and international names like Burberry, Topshop and Emporio Armani. But there are also important shows by New Gen, the young designers of tomorrow. Of course, there are lots of parties in parks, museums, hotels and restaurants all over London. You can find the full schedule on our website or at londonfashionweek.com. Right, now then, here's the really good news from Radio Highgate. We have 10 tickets for the accessories show at Tate Britain for 5 lucky listeners. So, do you want to see the new season's smart accessories, from belts and gloves to scarves and hats? And do you want to see them at one of London's iconic locations? Are you free on Monday evening? Next question. Have you got a pen and paper? OK then, write down the number that I give you in a minute. The first 5 listeners to call the number win 2 tickets for the accessory show. So, what is that important number? It's... wait for it. 020 7946 0821. Good luck, and we're waiting for your phone call now. And on to our next thing.
Preliminary Trainer, Units 5 and 6. Page 267. Exercise 5. 1. You will hear a brother and sister talking about their lunch.
Lunch was delicious today, for a change. Did you like it?
It was okay. The chicken wasn't very tasty. I like spicy chicken.
The rice was good, though.
I like rice. They always give us lots, and to be honest, I was really hungry. I didn't have enough breakfast this morning, and by lunchtime I was ready for a huge meal.
Two. You will hear 2 friends talking about the menu in a restaurant.
I can't decide what to order.
There are a lot of pasta dishes. It's hard to choose.
You always order pasta. There isn't much for vegetarians. The pasta dishes have all got ham or sausages in them.
Why don't you have a pizza?
That's a good idea. I'll have cheese and tomato. The pizzas are cheap too.
Three. You will hear a father helping his daughter to cook a meal.
We haven't got enough eggs for 5 people.
5?
Your uncle's staying for dinner.
Oh, great! I'll do some extra boiled potatoes then.
Good idea.
How many tins of tuna have we got?
3. But 2 are enough.
Yep, and we've got those grapes for dessert.
Four. You will hear a reporter answering questions about the British and food.
So, what does your research tell you about the British and food? Do we eat enough fruit and vegetables?
Yes, we do. Many families eat 5 portions of fruit and vegetables a few times a week. People want to be healthy. People often eat in restaurants these days, and they want the food there to be healthy too. So that's good news. Of course, there are still problems with the British and food.
What's the biggest problem?
It's interesting, but families say that they don't have time to spend cooking and eating food together. Families sometimes don't have time for the traditional Sunday lunch, and that's a shame.
5. You will hear a grandmother talking to her grandson about food.
Of course, your great-uncle and I weren't at home for lunch. Our mother usually cooked for us in the evening. School dinners were good.
Ours are disgusting.
I'm sure they aren't. You don't like vegetables. That's your problem.
Did you eat with your mum and dad in the evening?
Yes, we did. You don't eat with yours because they work in the evenings.
6. You will hear 2 friends talking about what to buy for dinner tonight.
What do you want for dinner? Roast beef?
Not again. We always have roast beef. Why don't we have salmon? We can buy some spinach and some bread.
OK, but I've got an idea. We've got some rice, and I know you like Indian food. I'd like to try making a curry.
Perfect. Let's get some more vegetables then.
Great. We can have salmon tomorrow.
Preliminary Trainer, Units 7 and 8. Page 268. Exercise 3. You will hear a radio interview with a photo reporter called Ingrid.
First of all, Ingrid, why did you decide to take photos of Oymyakon, the coldest village on Earth?
Well, I take photos for newspapers, magazines, and websites. My job is to travel to different places in the world. I always try to find unusual places. Readers like interesting photos with an interesting story. They like extreme places, and the coldest place on Earth is certainly extreme.
Give us an idea of how cold Oymyakon gets in the winter.
The temperature often goes below 0 at the beginning of September. The coldest months are actually December, January, and February, when the temperature is often around minus 50 degrees Celsius. Obviously, I'm talking about the average temperature. I'm glad I wasn't there in February 1933 when they had their lowest temperature, minus 68 degrees Celsius. The summer temperatures can be as high as 30 degrees Celsius, but I didn't experience that.
How easy was it to speak to the local residents of Oymyakon? Were they friendly and welcoming?
It was quite difficult to talk to people because the temperatures are too low to chat to people outside. People run from one warm place to another. People who live in warm countries are lucky because they can stop and talk to people outside. But I spoke to some people in shops and in their houses, and they told me about their lives.
I'm sure the houses are very different from houses in cities in less cold areas.
They are very different. I was amazed when I heard that a lot of houses in Oymyakon don't have inside bathrooms. This is because the water freezes in the winter and people prefer outside bathrooms.
No.
Yes, but don't worry, the houses are warm. People obviously know it's important to put on warm clothes when they go outside. The garages are warm too because cars have problems in low temperatures.
Did you have any particular problems?
Well, yes. I had terrible problems with my camera at first. Of course, I wore gloves all the time and that was okay. But the camera got colder and colder during the day, and then it froze. I couldn't work. Then I decided to keep it inside my jacket, and that worked.
So, would you like to go back to that area of Russia again?
I like taking photos in unusual places in the world, so yes, definitely. There are amazing people and stories everywhere. But this area of the world is really beautiful.
Preliminary Trainer, Units 9 and 10, page 271, Exercise 4. 1. Which department does the boy want to work in?
Good morning, Whiz Electrics. How can I help you?
Yes, hello. My name's Kevin Peters. I'm 16 and I'd like to speak to someone about a Saturday job I saw online.
Now, let me see. We have 3 job opportunities for teens on Saturdays. 1 in photography, 1 in computing, and the other in the kitchen department. Which one do you want to apply for?
I know a lot about tablets and phones, but I don't know anything about desktops or accessories. And I certainly don't know much about cooking. I'm doing a photography course at school, so I'm into cameras as well as the actual photos.
Shall I arrange a meeting with the manager of that department?
Yes, please.
Two. How will the woman get to the airport?
Do you want me to drive you to the airport tomorrow? It's a very early start.
No, don't worry. I'll get the airport bus. It only takes about 35 minutes. Could you take me to the bus station, though?
Yes, but the bus station's closed at the moment. I think the airport bus is going from the railway station until next month.
You're right. Thanks.
Three. What's the way to the theatre?
Excuse me, could you tell me the way to the theatre?
Sure, it's very near. Go to the end of the street. The theatre's right in front of you, next to the park. It'll take about 3 minutes.
Next to the park. Perfect. Thanks.
4. What is the boy finding difficult?
I hope you're enjoying your work experience with us in technical support. Now, are you having any problems?
It's very useful experience, thank you. At first it was hard to remember everyone's name, but I'm okay with that now. The technical work with computers is great, and I'm happy because I want to work in IT in the future. There is one thing, though. It isn't easy to talk to customers on the phone.
OK, that's no problem. I'll give you some telephone training myself next week.
5. What time will the manager be back?
Hello, could I speak to the manager, please?
I'm afraid she isn't here at the moment. She's usually here from 1 o'clock, but she's coming in at 2:30 today.
Oh dear, your colleague said 2 o'clock. I've got a lesson until 3:15. I'll phone back then if that's all right.
That's fine.
6. Which building is the town hall?
We're meeting in front of the town hall at 6:30. Don't be late because I've got all the theatre tickets.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Black, but where's the town hall?
Of course, you're new here. OK, it's in the main square and it's a large building. Oh, Actually, there are 3 large buildings there. The art gallery is the one with the steps. The museum has a small garden in front of it, and there's the town hall. We're meeting there because the theatre is just behind it.
Seven. What is the boy going to do this afternoon?
Are you coming straight home from school?
No, but I won't be late. We don't have a test tomorrow, so I'm not going to study this afternoon. I want to get tickets for the concert on Saturday, and I haven't got time to buy them tomorrow. I'm meeting Anna in town. She's going to buy some new trainers.
Great! Enjoy yourselves.
Preliminary Trainer, Units 11 and 12, page 273, Exercise 5. 1. You will hear 2 friends talking about something that happened at school.
You don't look very happy. Is it because Mr. Green was annoyed with you today?
I'm feeling a bit depressed, but not about Mr. Green. He was only annoyed because Annie and I didn't finish our history project. He was right to be annoyed. We didn't finish it. No, it's because Annie was disappointed that we didn't finish. I like Annie, and she worked really hard on it. I didn't, and I feel bad about it.
Come on, you just need to apologise to her. Then Annie'll understand. She'll be fine.
2. You will hear 2 friends talking about a badminton match they've just seen.
I really enjoyed that.
It was okay, I suppose. It isn't the most exciting sport I've ever seen.
Oh, I thought it was a really fast game. I didn't expect that. It doesn't look that fast on TV.
That's true. A lot of sports are faster live than they seem on the television. I didn't really understand the rules, though.
That's because you weren't listening when I explained them to you.
3. You will hear 2 friends discussing inspiring sports stars.
I have to write an essay about sports stars who have inspired me. I can't really think of anyone. I'm not really into sport.
I'd write about Lionel Messi.
The footballer. Why? Don't footballers just earn lots of money?
Yes and no. Messi's brilliant. Of course, he's a really great player. Some people say he's the best footballer ever. That's not the reason. You probably don't know this, but he was ill when he was a child. I think people who have a problem when they are young and can overcome it are incredible.
OK, thanks. I'll do some research and write about Messi.
4. You will hear 2 friends talking about anti-bullying activities at school.
Is your class doing anything for anti-bullying week? We're doing posters to put up in the school.
Yes, we're selling cakes at break times to raise some money for a telephone helpline. It's a good idea to do things like this, isn't it?
It makes you think about bullying. I'm surprised that some people bully others at work. That could happen to us in the future.
I know. It's a bit boring making and selling cakes, but I'm glad we're doing it. We all need to know about bullying. Then we can stop it.
5. You will hear a girl telling her brother about a fear she has.
Are you okay?
Not really. I'm nervous about swimming today. The teacher says we have to dive into the water. You know I'm afraid of putting my head underwater.
Apparently, a lot of people are terrified of water. There are lots of techniques for overcoming this, like splashing water on your face, but I'm not sure that's right for you. It's not a good idea to dive into the pool if you're not ready. Have you talked to the teacher about this yet? I'm sure she'll understand.
6. You will hear a boy talking to his mother about exam stress.
Are you still studying? It's 11:30.
Yes, we've got the exam on Tuesday. I don't feel ready.
Of course you're ready. You've studied hard all year. You'll do much better in the exam if you take a break. And you've been inside all week. Why don't you phone Tim and book a game of tennis in the park for tomorrow? You can still study when you come back, and you'll remember more if you get some exercise first. Now, bedtime.
From School to Work, Units 1 and 2, page 274, Exercise 3.
What do I want to be when I grow up? That's the wrong question. Stop asking teens what we want to be when we grow up. Most of us aren't sure what we want to do in the future. We know it's important to find our dream, but we don't really know how. How to find your dream. First of all, don't think about the big and difficult question. What do I want to be? Instead, ask, what am I good at? What do I love? We need to be self-reflective and think about our natural abilities, skills, and interests. Then it's possible to think about a specific career for the future. There is a simple visual tool to help us find our dream. This Venn diagram identifies our ideal direction. The first circle is for our interests. Ask questions like, what do I do in my free time? How do I relax? What's important to me? What are my favorite things? The second circle is for our talents and abilities. Think about questions like, which school subjects am I good at? What skills have I got? Which languages do I speak? The area in the middle, where the two circles meet, is the dream area. When we see we've got skills and interests in common, we can identify our personal dream and discover which direction to take. This exercise gives us lots of useful information about ourselves. It doesn't give us all the answers now, but it gives us some good ideas to help us research our potential dream careers.
From School to Work, Units 1 and 2, page 275, Exercises 6 and 7. 1.
Hi, my name's Emily. I'm 15 and I'm very interested in video games. I like FIFA and Harry Potter, but my favourite one's Minecraft because I'm good at creating things.
2.
Hello, I'm Rory and I'm 16 years old. I'm a big fan of rock music and I'm quite interested in hip-hop, but I really don't like pop.
3.
Hi there, I'm Archie and I'm 15. At school, I'm not very good at literature or science, but I'm really good at physical activities. In fact, I love PE.
4.
My name's Edith, and I'm 16 years old. My favourite things are my pets. I've got 2 dogs, 3 cats, and 20 fish.
From School to Work, Units 3 and 4, page 276, Exercise 2.
What's your personality type? 1. Which sentence describes you? A. I hate being alone and I love meeting new people. B. I enjoy being alone, but I also like spending time with friends. 2. Which sentence describes you? A. I'm realistic and practical. I enjoy living in the present moment. B. I'm imaginative and original. I love thinking about the future. 3. When I make a decision, I consider A. Logical arguments, facts, and the pros and cons. B. My personal values and other people's feelings. 4. Which sentence describes you? A. I like making plans. I'm organised and I'm usually tidy. B. I love feeling free. I'm spontaneous and sometimes messy. Find the 4 letters that identify your type. 1. A. E. Extrovert. B. I. Introvert. 2. A. S. Sensing. B. N. Intuitive. 3. A. T. Thinking. B. F. Feeling. 4. A. J. Judging. B. P. Perceiving.
From School to Work, Units 3 and 4, page 277, exercises 6 and 7.
Common types of leaders. A. Intellectual leaders. They are logical and don't mind making difficult decisions. Their strong point is that they are very confident. They enjoy challenges and never stop working towards their goals. They love taking control, and they can't stand working in a team. They always believe they're right, and can appear arrogant. Famous example: Margaret Thatcher. E-N-T-J. B. Creative leaders. They are patient, independent, and give a lot of attention to detail. If there's a problem, they can analyze it carefully and calculate the correct answers. These perfectionist leaders prefer working with systems rather than people. They aren't diplomatic or interested in other people's feelings. Famous example: Steve Jobs. I-S-T-P. C. Innovative leaders. They want to improve the world and always see new possibilities. They have excellent people skills and a special talent for motivating others. They make honest and charismatic leaders or teachers. They sometimes break the law if they think it's necessary, and they can forget their own needs. Famous example: Martin Luther King Jr. E-N-F-J. D. Protective leaders. They are hard-working, traditional, and responsible. They know how to plan and expect their team to follow schedules and respect deadlines. They're the kind of leaders who support their team practically. They love routines, and they hate surprises. They can't stand it when people break rules. Famous example: Queen Elizabeth II. I-S-T-J.
From School to Work, Units 5 and 6, page 278, exercise 2.
What do you know about teamwork? Our readers share their examples of good and bad experiences.
What I love about my orchestra is that we all share the same goal. We all want to make beautiful music. There was a big concert last year and we all wanted to do an amazing job, so we practiced loads at home and played together a lot. During the concert, we listened carefully to each other and watched the conductor. It was a perfect performance and our music teacher was really happy.
Once I was in a big team for a school art project. There were lots of interesting ideas in our group, but we couldn't agree on one. There were also a few members who didn't give any opinions at all. In the end, our team leader decided on a subject that was really boring. Our art teacher wasn't happy with our project. I know that it wasn't good enough.
I'm lucky because all the members of my rugby team are very committed and cooperative. We give each other lots of encouragement and feedback, and we're always open and honest. But last Sunday was different. We were all too tired and distracted, and we didn't support each other enough during the game. I couldn't believe how badly we played.
Last Saturday, I was so angry with my sister. Our parents asked us both to help decorate the living room for our grandmother's 80th birthday party. But while I was at home helping, my sister was out with her friends. Apparently, she couldn't help because she was too busy. When she finally arrived home, it was too late. I can't count on her. She isn't responsible enough.
From School to Work, Units 5 and 6, page 279, exercises 8 and 9.
Okay, are we ready to start?
Yes.
Let's hear what Simon's got to say first.
Well, I'd like to bring this insect repellent. It's a really big can, so there's enough for several weeks.
That's a great idea, Simon.
Thanks, Kim. I think repellent is useful because there are too many insects on tropical islands, and we need to protect ourselves.
Well done, Simon. What about you, Laura?
I'd like to bring my mobile phone. It's new and it's got a super fast internet connection. We can call for help on the island.
Can I say something?
Yes?
Yes?
Maybe a phone isn't such a good idea, Laura.
Why not?
Because there probably isn't a phone signal on a desert island.
Oh, maybe you're right, Theo. Good thinking.
From School to Work, Units 7 and 8, page 280, exercise 3.
A digital footprint is the electronic data we leave behind when we access the internet or use devices. We create a digital footprint every time we go online, send messages, tag friends, visit websites, or post comments, videos, and photos on social network sites. Digital footprints can be active or passive. An active digital footprint is online content that we know about and access regularly. This includes blogs we write, emails we send, and the things we post on social media. A passive digital footprint is content that we leave online by accident or that we don't know about, like websites which save our IP addresses when we visit them. Netiquette, or network etiquette, describes the informal rules for correct digital use and communication. Netiquette expects Internet users to be respectful and encourages them to carefully consider their footprint before they post any content.
From School to Work, Units 7 and 8, page 281, exercises 6 and 7.
Case Study 1. When Ollie was 15, he had 6 social media profiles and constantly posted about what he was doing. When he was 21, he couldn't remember his old passwords, so he didn't close the profiles. He was only using one social media site to search for jobs on his computer. His first job interview went well. However, the company told him he wasn't successful because of his digital footprint. Ollie was shocked, so he searched his name on the internet. He not only found some stupid photos, but also offensive comments and bad grammar on an old profile. To sum up, he quickly learned the importance of a positive digital footprint. Case Study 2. One day, Esme received a notification on her phone. She was tagged in a photo by a girl called Liz. Esme hated the photo, and she asked Liz to remove it, but Liz said no. So, Esme wrote back in capital letters with angry emojis. Consequently, Liz replied in capitals, and an online argument started. Esme's messages became more and more offensive. Then, all of a sudden, Liz sent a happy face as well as the message, thanks and good luck. Finally, Esme read her posts again and felt bad. She wanted to delete them, but she couldn't. In conclusion, she realised it was much easier to be aggressive online than it was in person.
From School to Work, Units 9 and 10, page 282, exercise 3.
7 habits of highly efficient people. 1. Write a weekly schedule or to-do list. Prioritise the tasks. Your studies come first, then your free time activities, and finally your social life. 2. Write the exact deadline for schoolwork in a diary or calendar, so you know when you need to complete it. Set a reminder so that you don't forget. Then, add the dates of other activities. Finally, you can reward yourself with some relaxation with hobbies or friends. 3. Dedicate enough time to each subject when you do homework. Don't spend too long on one and not enough on another. Set an alarm. When it rings, change subject. Don't forget to take regular breaks. Use an alarm for your time out too. 4. Get at least 7 hours of sleep per night. If you have less, your studies will suffer. Eat well, drink lots of water, and exercise for at least half an hour a day. If you take care of yourself, you'll feel better mentally, physically, and emotionally. 5. Don't have too many commitments. If you can't finish your homework because you've got football practice twice a week, you'll need to reduce it. Don't be afraid to say no if you're too busy. 6. Try to maintain a fixed timetable every week. A good routine helps you feel more organised and in control. When you have good study habits, you'll complete tasks more easily and feel more efficient. 7. If you're having difficulty with self-motivation, find a study group or a study buddy. Alternatively, if you ask your parents or teachers for help, they'll be happy to support you.
From School to Work, Units 9 and 10, page 283, exercises 6 and 7.
Eric Chen won a national science competition for his research project about viruses, and Zareen Rahman got 7th place for her project about students screen time and sleep. So, why are these people exceptional? Because they're both 17-year-old high school students. Their scientific research requires many hours of work in addition to their school commitments. How do they do it all? Before bed, Zareen plans exactly what she's going to do the next day. With a pen and paper, she decides when she's going to wake up and schedules her day in 30 to 60-minute chunks of time. If she plans the day carefully, she knows she'll complete all her work on time. Zareen takes regular breaks from homework. After an hour of studying, she'll reward herself with a 15-minute rest. But she even plans what she's going to do in her time out. Eric divides all his tasks into chunks. If he's got 50 maths problems, he'll break them into groups of 5 so that they are easier to complete. Eric also uses chunks of time to do his homework while he's in the laboratory. He takes 10-minute breaks between research activities. During these breaks, he can achieve a lot, like write a paragraph for an essay. But what about hobbies? Zareen likes writing or watching TV in her time out, and Eric likes doing sport and volunteering at weekends. Eric also plays the piano, but he hasn't got much time to practice. So, during a study break, he'll play a couple of sonatas. We've all got 24 hours a day, and it's our decision how we use them.
From School to Work, Units 11 and 12, page 284, Exercise 2.
Successful people who failed at first. When we see somebody who is successful, it's easy to feel jealous and think how lucky they are. However, most successful people failed at first and only achieved what they wanted because of hard work and perseverance. In fact, failure is an inevitable and valuable part of life. Thomas Edison. Visible. Famous American inventor. Invisible. Edison's teachers said he was too stupid to learn anything, and he was fired from his first 2 jobs for being unproductive. After many failed attempts, something finally worked. The electric light bulb. J.K. Rowling. Visible. Famous author, one of the world's richest women. Invisible. Rowling had to look after her daughter on her own, and she didn't have enough money. She also had depression. Her first novel, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, was rejected by 12 publishers before a company agreed to publish it. Lady Gaga. Visible. World-famous pop icon. Invisible. She was rejected by her first record company after only 3 months. When her grandmother saw how upset she was, she told her to stop crying and keep going. Michael Jordan. Visible. One of the greatest basketball players of all time. Invisible. Jordan's high school coach rejected him from the basketball team because he was too short and lacked skills. But Jordan persevered. He said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed."
From School to Work, Units 11 and 12, page 285, Exercise 5.
The problem-solving process. Effective problem solving can increase our chances of success. It involves 3 basic functions. 1. Collecting information. 2. Creating new solutions. 3. Making decisions. Here are 2 problem scenarios. Scenario 1. Callum is 15 and plays the cello very well. In fact, he's just won a place at an important music academy. His mum knows he's good enough to become a successful musician, and she has already sacrificed lots of time and money on him. Unfortunately, Callum is getting a bit bored with the cello. His friends all play in the rugby team, and he'd rather play rugby than practice the cello after school. On the one hand, Callum is nervous because his mum will be upset and disappointed with him. On the other hand, he'd like to try something new. He feels confused and hasn't decided what to do yet. Scenario 2. Amber loves playing tennis, but her parents haven't got enough money to buy her a racket. Amber is very grateful when her best friend Daisy lets her use her racket. However, Daisy's parents have already complained that they don't want anyone else to use their daughter's things. In fact, they say they won't buy her a new racket if anything happens to it. One day, Amber leaves Daisy's racket on the bus. The next day, she asks the bus driver about it, but he says he hasn't seen it. Amber feels really upset and guilty and starts crying. She has no idea what to do.
From School to Work, Units 11 and 12, page 285, exercises 6 and 7.
Right, I'll start. What's wrong?
A girl has lost her friend's racket.
OK. What are the facts?
She's left the racket on the bus and nobody's seen it, and she hasn't got the money to buy a new one.
Yeah, and her friend's parents have already said they won't replace it.
How can we solve this problem? What are our options?
Well, I think she needs to find the money somewhere and buy her friend a new one.
I disagree. I know she'll be embarrassed, but I think the best option is to apologise to her friend's parents immediately.
Really? They'll probably be very annoyed.
Yes, but I'm sure they'll understand. So, what shall we do?
Let's go with your idea.
I hope we're right.
Cross-curricular link, Units 1 to 3, page 286, exercise 1. A.
Pie chart. 3.
B.
Tally. 1.
C.
Bar chart. 2.
D.
Angle. 4.
Cross-curricular link, Units 1 to 3, page 286, exercise 2.
How to present data. Data is a collection of information. There are different ways to present data. The media and businesses often use visual methods like graphs, diagrams, and tables. Why? Because they get our attention immediately, are interesting to read, and easy to understand. Imagine your teacher asks you to do a class survey and create graphs to present the results. there are 25 students and 5 multiple-choice answers. Which of these free-time activities is your favourite? A. Playing music. B. Doing sport. C. Going out with friends. D. Reading. E. Art. These are the survey results. You've got all the information you need, but it's hard to understand. How can we organise this data more clearly? You can use a tally table to count answers. Count the data in groups of 5 instead of writing words or numbers. Make a tally table for your data. When a student answers the question, put a tally next to the activity. Count the tallies and write the final number in the frequency column. You can now present the data in a chart. Bar charts show data in vertical columns. The horizontal x-axis shows the type of data in each column. The vertical y-axis shows a value for that data. Here, each column on the x-axis shows a free time activity. The height of the column on the y-axis shows the number of students who prefer it. A pie chart is a circle that shows the size of each group. There are 360 degrees in a circle, so each group in the chart is a proportion of 360. To find out the size of each group, we calculate the angle. Divide each frequency by the total number of students and multiply by 360.
Cross-curricular link, Units 4 to 6, page 288, Exercise 1. 1,
Carbohydrates.
2,
Protein.
3,
Fruit and vegetables.
4,
Dairy products.
5,
Fat and sugar.
Cross-curricular link, Units 4 to 6, page 288, Exercise 2.
The Eat Well plate. A balanced diet is a diet which has enough of the different types of food to help our body function properly. The Eat Well plate shows the daily recommended proportions for the 5 main food groups. For a balanced diet, experts say that about a third of our daily diet needs to contain carbohydrates, such as potatoes, rice, and bread. We need a similar quantity of fruit and vegetables. Dairy products, such as milk, yogurt, and cheese, are an important part of a balanced diet, but it isn't a good idea to eat too many, as they contain a lot of fat or lipids. We also need some protein every day, from meat, fish, eggs, soya, or beans. The diagram shows that we can have a little fat and sugar every day if we have a balanced diet.
Cross-curricular link, Units 4 to 6, page 288, Exercise 3. A,
Intestines. 3,
B,
Blood. 4,
C,
Cell. 2,
D,
Bone. 1,
Cross-curricular link, Units 4 to 6, page 288. Exercise 4.
Essential vitamins and nutrients. Here are some of the main functions and sources of nutrients in a balanced diet. Carbohydrates and lipids are a good source of energy. Protein helps our bodies grow and builds and repairs cells. There's a lot of vitamin C in green vegetables such as broccoli and citrus fruits like lemons. Vitamin C helps maintain healthy connective tissue. It helps our bodies function properly. Vitamin D is essential for healthy teeth and bones. Our bodies can produce some vitamin D using sunlight, but this isn't always enough. Eggs and oily fish, like sardines, are good sources of vitamin D in food. We need vitamin A for good vision, healthy skin, and a strong immune system. We can get lots of vitamin A from dairy products, oily fish, and beta-carotene, which we find in carrots and mangoes. Dairy products and green vegetables, such as spinach, are full of calcium, which is essential for bones, teeth, and muscles. Iron is important for the production of red blood cells and the transportation of oxygen through the body. Green vegetables, red meat, nuts, beans, and dried fruit are all excellent sources of iron. Finally, for good digestion, we need enough dietary fibre. There is fibre in lots of vegetables, fruit, and cereals, particularly whole grain. Our bodies can't actually digest fibre, but it helps move the food through our intestines.
Cross-curricular link, Units 7 to 9, page 290, Exercise 1.
Block of flats. Detached house. Central heating. Courtyard. Passageway.
Cross-curricular link, Units 7 to 9, page 290, Exercise 2.
Roman homes. The ancient Romans invented concrete, which meant they could make big, strong buildings. One of the best examples of Roman architecture, the enormous Pantheon in Rome, is still standing today. Most ordinary Romans lived in cities, in large blocks of flats called insulae, islands. Some of these were over 5 floors tall. The ground floor flats were shops, and people lived in the floors above. The lower floors were made of brick and concrete, and the higher floors were often made of wood. Many flats had balconies. Insulae had an inner courtyard for air and light. Only the lower floors had water, so the people in the higher floors used public toilets. In contrast, a wealthier Roman family usually lived in a detached house called a domus. There were 2 parts in a domus, an atrium and a peristyle. Each one had a different use. The front door of the domus did not open onto the street. A little passageway, called a vestibulum, joined it to the atrium. The atrium was the most important area of the domus and was beautifully decorated. It was usually a rectangular courtyard with a central pool, or impluvium, which collected rainwater through a hole in the roof. An atrium had separate areas for meeting guests, public functions, and relaxing. The peristyle, on the other side of the domus, was a courtyard surrounded by columns to support the roof. Romans usually grew plants in the peristyle and had tables and chairs for eating outside. There were lots of smaller rooms around the peristyle. These were the family's main living quarters and included their cubiculi, bedrooms, and the triclinium, dining room. The room between the atrium and the peristyle was the tablinum. This was an open living room with curtains around it, which could be closed for privacy. The fauces, hall, connected the two parts of the domus. A Roman domus usually had large bathrooms, mosaic floors, and, in colder places, a central heating system called a hypocaust under the floor.
Cross-curricular link, Units 10 to 12, page 292, Exercise 1. 1,
Whitewater rafting. C.
2,
Natural environment. D.
3,
Flight. A.
4,
Journey. E.
5,
Tourist. B.
Cross-curricular link, Units 10 to 12, page 292, Exercise 3.
Tourism today. When did the term tourism originate? As early as the 17th century, it became fashionable for rich young people to go on a journey through Europe. This rite of passage often lasted several years and was called the Grand Tour. The people who did it were tourists. The tour usually included a visit to Paris and Switzerland, and Italian cities of art, such as Venice and Rome. It was important for the tourists to learn about history and culture. How big is the tourism industry today? Tourism is one of the world's largest and fastest-growing industries. In 1950, 25 million people worldwide went on a foreign holiday. Today, that figure is over 1 billion people. Europe has the most incoming tourists, with over 600 million visitors every year. France is the most popular destination in the world. Why has tourism increased so much recently? The growth of tourism over the last decades is due to many factors. People today earn more money and get more paid holidays. Thanks to the internet, it has never been easier to research, plan, and pay for a holiday. Modern transport has also reduced the time it takes to travel abroad, and flights have become much cheaper. What are the main types of tourism today? Cultural holidays, for example, staying in cities and visiting art galleries, monuments, and museums. Outdoor adventure holidays, for example, climbing a volcano or whitewater rafting in the mountains. Beach holidays, for example, relaxing on a beach or trying water sports like scuba diving and surfing. Ecotourism, for example, visiting important and beautiful natural areas such as the Galapagos Islands. This is the fastest growing type of tourism and is popular because it promotes conservation, has a low impact on the local area, and benefits local people. What is the negative impact of tourism? Tourism creates new jobs and brings a lot of money into countries. However, when a large number of people regularly visit a destination, it becomes mass tourism. Mass tourism can create problems for the local people and area. Too many visitors can damage ancient sites, and prices can increase dramatically. Furthermore, the construction of new roads and hotels damages the natural environment, and there will be more traffic and air pollution.
Vocabulary Extension, Unit 1, page 294, Exercise 1.
Physical appearance. Hairstyles. Be bald. 1. Plaits. 4. A bun. 6. A ponytail. 5. Spiky hair. 3. A shaved head. 2. Parts of the face. Ear. 8. Nose. 10. Mouth. 7. Teeth. 9. Other features. A tattoo. 13. A moustache. 12. Freckles. 11. A beard. 14.
Vocabulary Extension, Unit 2, page 294, Exercise 1.
Everyday activities. Buy a snack. 10. Charge my phone. 15. Do my makeup. 5. Drink coffee. 2. Dry my hair. 1. Have a bath. 14. Chat online. 3. Wear glasses. 8. Catch the bus. 6. Comb my hair. 13. Do the housework. 11. Drive a car. 7. Hang out with my friends. 12. Have a break. 9. Wash my face. 4.
Vocabulary Extension, Unit 3, page 295, Exercise 1.
Personality adjectives. Adjective.
1,
Cheerful.
2,
Anxious.
3,
Arrogant.
4,
Careful.
5,
Organised.
6,
Open.
7,
Optimistic.
8,
Chatty. Talkative.
9,
Friendly.
10,
Kind.
11,
Thick-skinned.
12.
Lucky.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 3, page 295. Exercise 2.
Opposite.
1,
Miserable.
2,
Calm.
3,
Modest. Humble.
4,
Careless.
5,
Disorganized.
6,
Reserved.
7,
Pessimistic.
8,
Quiet.
9,
Unfriendly.
10,
Cruel.
11,
Sensitive.
12.
Unlucky.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 4, page 295. Exercise 1.
Shops. Bakery. 7. Cafe. Coffee shop. 1. Sports shop. 8. Fishmongers. 6. Greengrocers. 5. Ice cream parlour. 2. Petrol station. 13. Fish and chip shop. Takeaway. 3. Butchers. 4. Pet shop. 15. Dry cleaners. 11. Florists. 12. Hairdressers. 10. Newsagents. 9. Souvenir shop. 14.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 5, page 296. Exercise 1.
Food and drink. Fruit. Cherries. 5. Coconut. 12. Watermelon. 9. Blueberries. 8. Melon. 10. Pear. 2. Peaches. 4. Apricots. 6. Pineapple. 11. Lemon. 3. Kiwi. 1. Raspberries. 7. Vegetables. Squash. 20. Courgette. 21. Mushrooms. 23. Carrots. 14. Asparagus. 22. Artichoke. 18. Garlic. 24. Cauliflower. 16. Peas. 17. Aubergines. 19. Lettuce. 13. Pepper. 15. Meat and fish. Squid. 29. Duck. 27. Mussels. 30. Prawns. 28. Lamb. 26. Pork. 25. At the table. Fork. 31. Plate. 32. Knife. 33. Spoon. 34. Napkin. 35.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 7, page 297. Exercise 1.
Household objects and furniture. Blanket. 14. Coffee table. 6. Freezer. 1. Oven. 4. Microwave. 3. Frying pan. 2. Shelf. 10. Vase. 8. Chest of drawers. 15. Cushions. 7. Heater. Heating. 12. Kettle. 5. Washing machine. 9. Sheet. 13. Sofa. Couch. 11.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 8, page 297. Exercise 1.
Animals. B. 3. Cow. 9. Eagle. 1. Fox. 15. Mouse. 13. Rabbit. 10. Spider. 5. Zebra. 6. Chimpanzee. 11. Donkey. 7. Fly. 4. Goldfish. 2. Pig. 8. Sheep. 12. Wolf. 14.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 8, continued. Page 298. Exercise 1.
Weather and climate. Avalanche. 13. Earthquake. 12. Hail. Hailstorm. 7. Humid. 3. Icy. Ice storm. 8. Smoggy. 2. Thunderstorm. 4. Tsunami. 15. Fog. Foggy. 6. Flood. 14. Heatwave. 1. Hurricane. 11. lightning. 5. Snowstorm. Blizzard. 9. Tornado. 10.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 9, page 298. Exercise 1.
Jobs. Carpenter. 10. Taxi driver. 1. Fashion designer. 14. Footballer. 13. Graphic designer. 4. Housewife. Househusband. 5. Factory worker. 3. Veterinarian. Vet. 12. Chef. 2. Doctor. 8. Journalist. 6. Judge. 15. Mechanic. 7. Plumber. 9. Soldier. 11.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 10, page 299. Exercise 1.
Places in towns and cities. Aquarium. 10. Castle. 12. Courthouse. 5. Fountain. 11. Hotel. 1. Office building. 14. Shopping centre. Mall. 15. Block of flats. Apartment building. 13. Bank. 2. Cathedral. 7. Fire station. 3. Hospital. 4. Mosque. 8. Synagogue. 9. Town hall. 6.
Vocabulary Extension. Unit 11, page 299. Exercise 1.
Sports. Verbs. Stretch. 10. Pass. 5. Catch. 3. Serve. 12. Lose. 15. Kick. 4. Throw. 2. Dive. 7. Shoot. 13. Win. 8. Jump. 6. Hit. 1. Tackle. 9. Block. 14. Score. 11.